Well, I guess I'm live. It appears that I am. And, yeah. You guys like my hat? Check it out. Anybody gonna show up or what? Waiting for people to show up. Because I know you want to see my hat. I got a new hat. It's 8:01. And I wanted to kind of hang out for a minute. One thing about it, this hat looks really goofy. But when you deliver steel in the wintertime, it comes in real handy. It's nice and warm. Can I be honest with you? I feel like I don't really have anything special to talk about except for one thing today. And so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to wing it. Before I usually have like a list of stuff to talk about. So tonight, I don't feel like I have a whole lot of stuff to talk about. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of news going on. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you my hat. What do you think of my hat? So this last weekend, I went to Davenport, Iowa. Actually, I stayed in a hotel between Davenport and Bettendorf. For those of you that don't know, the Quad Cities is Davenport, Bettendorf, Iowa, on the Iowa side. And Rock Island and Moline, Illinois, on the Illinois side. And yes, we have the Mississippi River running right through the middle of it. So, I'm from Davenport, but I have friends and relatives that live in Davenport, and I also have some that live in Bettendorf, so I was kind of like in between the two. Looks like somebody showed up. Welcome to Shop Talk. Do me a favor, go down in the comment section, the chat section. Tell me where you're from. And if you are a car enthusiast, tell me what kind of car you got. I would love that. And anyway, I just wanted to show you my hat. I'm really hot, so I'm going to take it off and put my ball cap back on that says Music Man's Garage. Yeah, we're at Shop Talk, and it's winter. It's definitely winter. Winter showed up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, while I was in Davenport, Iowa. On Friday night late to Saturday night late, Sunday morning early, they got 12 inches of snow. Yee-haw. I actually contemplated on whether or not I should even stay. I thought about leaving and heading back to wonderful Fort Wayne. And I ended up not doing that. So, yeah. It was beautiful out there for the first couple of days. I mean, it was chilly because it is winter. But it got nasty later on. So I was actually looking through some of my notes. I don't have notes. I was looking through some of my photos. I have a couple of really cool things to show you. As you know, I also have a drone. Love taking drone footage. I always looking for something to do with my drone. So, yeah, Shop Talk is about cars and trucks and motorcycles. But I feel like now that we're going into wintertime, at least for me and a lot of people, from, I don't know, where Kentucky, somewhere down around the middle of the country, north, we all put our cars away. So we have to find something else to do over the winter. And like I said a little bit ago, I kind of feel like there's not a whole lot to talk about because there's no car shows going on. Now, if you're one of the lucky ones that live south and you can still drive your car, you're one of the lucky ones. I have a friend on Instagram. Her name's Vanessa. She's always putting stuff on. She lives in Phoenix, I think. Constantly putting photos and night shots of how beautiful it is, and I'm like, I'm sitting up here, teeth chattering. I'm cold, and okay, so I got to tell you something real quick. Again, I'm winging it tonight because I only have one thing in particular that I want to talk about for sure. And I want to tell you this. I was telling a friend of mine the other day that when I was younger, in my 20s, 30s, maybe even into my early 40s, I was always like, why do old people go south? Like, winter comes along and they go to Florida. Why do they do that? I think that's stupid. Well, guess what? I'm 58. Getting ready to turn 59 in a couple months, about 3 months. And I'm starting to understand because right now I want to be in Florida. I want to be somewhere south where I don't have to deal with this. And then, of course, I work out in it. So that makes it even more miserable. Anyway, we'll survive. But I just thought I'd throw that out. Used to not understand why old people went south. Now I guess I'm getting old and I'm ready to go south. I'm like, I got 4 weeks paid vacation. I'm thinking about maybe I should start taking 2 weeks in February and just go south. Even if all I do is go sit on the front porch somewhere on the balcony or something at a hotel and don't do anything, at least I don't have to deal with this cold crap. Anyway, enough of that. So I went to Iowa. I'm losing track. I went to Iowa to see family and friends for Thanksgiving because, it's a 4-day weekend. And I got my drone out. I want to show you this. It's pretty cool. Excuse me. So, yeah, I am the music man, and let's go ahead and move on into this. So this is a photograph from my drone. I don't know, a couple 100 feet away. I don't know. But look at this. They built this bridge. This is the I-74 bridge that goes between Davenport, Bettendorf, Iowa, and Rock Island and Moline, Illinois. Now, if you watch my pointer over here on this side of the river, that's Rock Island, Illinois, they have a really cool thing called John Deere Commons. Now, John Deere is way, way, way out here. If you go down 74 to John Deere Road and go left, it's literally way, way out here. But down here on the side of the river, they have a place called John Deere Commons where you can go buy souvenirs and things of that nature. And they actually have, some tractors in there. They have an actual room where they restore old John Deere tractors, and they do it right in front of you. But I thought, you know what? I thought I would show you this video just because I'm not going to lie. I love my drone, and it wasn't cheap to buy. And it really makes me nervous to get my drone out and fly it over the Mississippi River. This could be the last time I hold this drone in my hand. Because they have a distance on them. I don't remember how far. But you have to be in line with your antennas. Like, you can't have anything blocking your antennas to signal the drone. I was actually flying it downtown one time in Fort Wayne, and I got to the other side of town, on the other side of the high-rise buildings, and I started to lose signal. I was trying to go up each one of the rivers because there's 3 rivers that come together in Fort Wayne. Anyway, I almost lost signal with my drone. But anyway, so now we're looking. I don't know why it did that. That's weird. There we go. So now we're looking back at, this is the Iowa side. This is a casino right here. And up the river a little ways, they have a gambling boat. I don't know if it's probably not real active right now. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But way down here, if you watch my pointer, next to this building is my car. And that's where I'm filming this from. So look how far away I am from my drone. This is like I'm completely on the other side of the bridge, almost into the Illinois side, and I'm flying this drone, and it's making me really nervous. So I stopped the recording about right here because I want to do something really cool next. When this recording runs out, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know why I did that. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the next slide. This is only a minute long. I wanted to fly down through the in between the arches. That's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. But it also is pretty intense. It makes me nervous. Like, I don't want to fly my drone into something, or now it does have, obstacle avoidance, but anyway, check that out. Isn't that cool? My cousin Max told me that these cables that go from the arch down to the bridge are actually 3 inches in diameter. I didn't know that, but he told me that. So anyway, this bridge cost $1 billion. Originally, they started off, they said it was going to be $396 million or something, and as they kept going, it just got more and more expensive. And this is where I fly through the middle of the arch, right over the traffic. And that's me going again toward the Iowa side. This is Iowa over here. Like I said, my car's parked right down here next to that white building. Anyway, I thought maybe you might want to see that. It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. And then I took a couple still shots. Apparently that's not one, that's another video, but here's a still shot. I went up and high. Got a couple of really cool still shots of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. That's pretty cool. I think it's awesome. I just wanted to show you that. And then, yeah, oops, I forgot this one. While I was at it, I went ahead and did a pre-programmed flight around my car. You guys, the last time I did my live, I told you that I picked up this Cadillac XT5 literally 2 days before it rained and snowed. And honestly, I've never had a front-wheel drive vehicle until this car. And I'm telling you, it's pretty impressive. Like, I'm real impressed with it, because through that 8 or 10 inches of snow that we just had, it's been amazing. It drives right through it, no problem at all. And yeah, it's pretty neat. So okay, I'm gonna pull this back up. So on Thursday, I went to Thanksgiving dinner with my family, And Friday morning, before I went out to watch the football game, I flew my drone. And the next thing up is I spent some time with these people right here. I want to show you real quick who they are. I graduated in 1985, and these two gentlemen, one on either side, this Chuck McDonald, good friend from high school, grade school, and my best friend Jeff and his wife Stacy. And look at this lady in the background. She's like, she photobombed us. I just now realized that. That's pretty funny. So later on, one of my other friends showed up. This guy right here is Sean Johnson, the first rock band I ever played in. And yes, I was a rock star wannabe, just like every other musician in the world. If I could pick what one job a dream job, it would be to go on the road as a musician. This dude right here, Sean Johnson, bought a keyboard when we were in the 10th grade, taught himself how to play the piano. I brought my drum set over to his house. We played in a rock band together. We've eventually got some other dudes and started up a band. Sean went on to go to college at MIT in California. And he was so good at the piano, when he got done, they offered him a job as a professor there. I don't know how long he taught there, but pretty sure he taught there a couple years. So this dude, I mean, we're talking about guys I went to school with in 1981 to 85. I knew Jeff and Chuck even before high school. I went to middle school with them. So yeah, it's very cool for me to go back to Iowa and sit with my friends and watch football. And I don't think it matters how old you get. That'll never get old. It's just amazing. So I wanted to show you that real quick. Iowa Hawkeyes won. They beat Nebraska. Thankful for that. And let me see if I can see what else we got going on. But yeah. So I wanted to show you guys those photos, and like I said, I didn't really have anything, I guess, specifically to talk about with cars and things like that, car shows, because it is December and winter set in. But I kind of wanted to talk to you real quick about what's going on with the Chevy Corvette. Like, it blows my mind that there are so many thousands of them sitting around. I was going to try to screen share and go through the whole building process of building a Corvette. Let's see if we can do that real quick. I got to navigate back to this and see if I can pull it up. I think this will bring in the Chevy website. And let's see, we're going to go to vehicles and down here to performance. And let's just go ahead for the sake of it, because the ZR1X and the ZR1 are pretty much sold out. Like, it's really going to be tough if you wanted to get one. You got to have a lot of money. So, since I'm the average Joe that loves Corvettes and Camaros and Mustangs and all that, and we're looking at the Corvette site, let's just build a Corvette real quick, a Stingray. I'm going to build a Stingray. We're going to go down here to build and buy. I'm going to set this car up kind of the way I would set it up if I were to build one for me. Now, I'm going to also tell you that I'm going to build it for me as if I could get the car that I want to get without worrying about the price. And that might happen when I get closer to retirement. So we're going to go ahead and add the convertible part right here. I just added that, and as you see, the price went up. So coupe is $71,995. Convertible $78,995. So it's $7,000 more to have a convertible. And then we're gonna go to the next screen. And I don't know if you've ever done this or not, but here's the 1LT package. I'm not gonna break down each one. 2LT package, and then a 3LT package. I'm going to go ahead and click 2LT package because I've done this hundreds of times. I almost said thousands of times, but probably not. I want a convertible up here in the top left. Convertible 2LT rear wheel drive. Now we're going to move on to the exterior. This is where you pick your color. And for those of you that know me, you know that Roswell green is the color. Like last year, I built a 22 or a 24 2SS Riptide Blue Camaro and ended up passing on it. That would have been the color of Corvette that I built, and then they came out with Roswell green. Now I know a lot of you are gonna fight me on that, but that's the color that I would pick if I were buying this car. So I would also change and put black rims on it, right? And then we are going to go into let's see. Painted brake calipers, no. I don't want that. So, and forgot there was something else I wanted. See if I can find it. Full length dual racing stripe, edge blue. Competition yellow stripes. No, that's not it. Okay, I think they have another one on here with flash yellow. I think maybe this is it. There we go. Black with the yellow accent. Then we're going to go back up here because I did remember that I would have put yellow calipers on it. Now, I don't know that the yellow velocity yellow and the competition yellow match. But this is just me going through and messing around. The interior, I would keep that black, jet black Mulan. And then down here, I would order yellow seat belts. Add that option. And then this is the Z51 package. That's what I have on my C7. That's a performance racing package. Another $6,000. So look how fast this price is up here. It went up to $96,320 for just setting it up the way I bought it. Now, what happens when you do that is GM automatically generates a list of cars that are really close to what you built. This one says exact match, and I'm guessing that means it's a convertible with the Z51 package. Now, the only thing it doesn't have is the stripe, so I guess you can't really say it's an exact match. But there are two of them that come up. So anyway, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about, I gotta figure out how to get there. I was going to show you these numbers. Well, that's not helping me out. Sorry about that. I took it out of the screen. Don't know why I did that. Let's go back here and look at view inventory. And I don't know why it always puts up Indianapolis, but I don't live in Indianapolis. I live in Fort Wayne. So here we go. Down. If you look down the left side, let me see about taking my face out of there. First, I'm going to take this out, and I'm also going to take my face out for a minute. I don't really know if I can. I guess I can move myself over here. I'm still going to be looking that way, though. I wanted to do that so I could clear up this left side so you can see. All right. So I'm going to go up here real quick and click on that, because what I want to do is zoom this out to 2,000 miles. That's the farthest that it goes. I forgot to do that. Confirm. So we're going to look at the inventory on Corvettes within a 2,000 mile radius of me. Now, I'm going to also click on 25. All right, just because I want to. You know what? Let's add 24 also. Now we're going to go down here. Now there's one Camaro, but we all know that that's not right. That's not true. The people that own that Camaro, by the way, side note, I called them. They have it. They said for the longest time that it was the owner's car, and then the owner decided he wanted to go ahead and sell it, but guess what? He added like 50 grand onto the price of it. All right, so while we're on this category, we have the Corvette E-Ray, 596 of them. The Corvette Stingray, 2,749. The Corvette Z06, which, check this out. There's more, almost the same amount of money, same amount of Z06s as there are Stingrays for sale. And you know why that is? Because they came out with the Corvette ZR1. This shows 82. And of course, they do not even have the ZR1X on there. They don't have it listed because they're sold out. You can't get one. So, do you know how to do math real quick? I don't. I'm going to get my calculator, if I can find it, on my iPad really quick. And we're going to crunch those numbers. Maybe. There it is. All right. 596 plus 2749 plus 2627 and then 82. That's 6,054 Corvettes at dealers. Now let me explain. I want to make sure you understand some of those cars are cars that have been built for clients. They are already spoken for. But that's how many Corvettes are right now through Chevy.com on the internet showing available for sale at dealerships. Or if they're not at the dealership, they are in transit. So if you go to a dealership, now I just went to one like 2 weeks ago, and when I was there, they had 28 Corvettes. 28 Corvettes on the floor. I believe 12 of them were brand new off the truck. As a matter of fact, the day I was there, they just got two of them brand new. They were still wrapped up in the white plastic that they put on them. So the Corvette Crisis that I titled this show, I titled this show Corvette Crisis. The crisis is that they have so many. I've heard that they've even started to lay people off at the plant. Like, why do they have so many cars? Why are there so many cars out there for sale? Why aren't people buying them? I don't know. But I also can tell you that a lot of the dealerships, they're offering 6, 7, 8. I've even heard $9,000 off of the MSRP to sell a Corvette because nobody's buying them right now. Do you know why that is? If you know why that is, give me a shout. Let me know down in the description, or leave me a chat. Tell me why are there so many for sale? I just got a message from someone. Let's see what it says. I saw your car. I'm not sure what that means. At Five Guys. Where did you see my car at Five Guys? Which car? Can you tell me which car you saw? What's that? I don't know. Can I put this? Put a star on it. Anyway, that's just kind of cool. Somebody wrote me a comment. I'm not used to that. I appreciate that. So anyway, back on what we were talking about. You know, that's a lot of cars. 6,054 cars out on the internet, or on the internet, Chevy.com, for sale. So, you know, that blows my mind. And I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm probably going to do another video about it, do some more research on it, and show you some numbers. But it just it catches my eye. And the other thing is, you know, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. You know, GM's getting ready to, or they have talked about, and they have spotted, you know, the Grand Sport. You know, there's talking about putting out a Grand Sport, and it'll have the wide body like the E-Ray and the Z06, and if they, in 2027, they're talking about maybe even adding the new small block. We talked about that 2 weeks ago. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there and kind of give, you know, put that in your ear. Like, if you're thinking about buying a Corvette, or if you think you're going to buy a Corvette in a year or two, maybe now's the time that you should go get one, because you can get an $80,000 Corvette for $70,000, or you can get a $90,000 Corvette for $85,000. You know, it might be worth your time to go investigate and, you know, go on the internet like I did just now with you and show you. If you have any other questions about, you know, something that I didn't go over, or you need some clarification on it, you know, hit me up in the description below, and I'll do my best to help you out. So I just wanted to tell you that, like, I'm happy that I finally got my own Corvette. But it does kind of bum me out that, you know, I didn't even put 1,000 miles on it, and now it's sitting in the corner inside the garage because there's about 10 inches of snow right outside the door, because we got 8 inches on Saturday night, and we got 2 more last night into this morning. So up here in Fort Wayne, we got about 10 inches of snow or something like that, and the Corvette's sitting. So anyway, I have, this is something that I've decided to do is I wanted to talk to you about it real quick. I have decided that because there's so much going on, like this week, they're starting up the choir at church for Christmas, and I'm in the choir for Christmas Eve. We got like 5 services, and it's just a really busy time for, the holidays, and New Year's comes right after that. So I made the executive decision to go ahead, and I'm going to skip my next show, which would have been the 16th of December. And then, of course, the 30th of December, I'm on vacation. So I'm going to make it 5 weeks before I come back. 9, 16, 23, 30. I will come back on the 6th of January next year. So I just understood what Ali Mexican said. He said he saw my car at Five Guys. I remember meeting you, young man. I gave you my business card, and you made a comment. I came out of Five Guys. I remember that, dude. Thanks for like shooting me a message, man. I appreciate that. Stick around. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and do me another favor, hit the bell button so that when something new comes out, you know it's coming out. And I had a goal of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get there. And that's okay. I'm still having a lot of fun. I've had a couple people say, don't stop doing videos. I'm not going to stop doing videos. Things will slow down probably for December, January, February-ish. And then, the other thing I want to tell you right now, I got plans already going on for the Corvette. So you're not going to want to, not stop by. You want to stop by frequently and check it out. And like I said, hit the bell button. That way when I put something new out, you get a notification of it. Because I've got some new and exciting things coming out for my Corvette in 2026. We are going to do some really cool stuff to it. My buddy over at Bumper Wilson Tuning, he's the man. And let's see if I can hook this up with you real quick. I'm going to see if I can find a photo of my car. I got some really cool stuff going on with it. And let's see if I can share it. No, not that one. Let's see. All right, so I guess I thought I was gonna be done, but I'm gonna show you this real quick. Just because it's gonna be so long before I get back. This is over at one of my favorite Corvette showrooms over in St. Mary's, Ohio. There was a car and a truck sitting behind me, and I tried to clean it up on my app on my phone, and it didn't work very well, so I had AI do it. But that's pretty cool shot of my car underneath the sign that says Corvette showroom. And I think I got a real good video of this before we go that I wanted to show you. I can't find it now. Yeah, let's just end the show with this one here. How about that? It's only 30 seconds, and then after that, I'm going to sign off. This is a pre-programmed flight on my drone. I love my drone. If you were here for the first part of the show, you know what I'm talking about. You can't really do any photo shoots or anything without a drone. They're awesome. So anyway, I want to leave you with that real quick and let you know that I appreciate all of your support in 2025. And I'm looking forward to 2026. I don't know what all's going to happen, but I'm looking forward to it. And like I said earlier, I'm going to just one more time tell you, thank you for all of your support this year. I'm looking forward to next year, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Yes, it's Merry Christmas. It's not Happy Holidays for me. It's Merry Christmas because Christmas is the day Christ was born. I'm a follower of Christ. And then also Happy New Year. And I will plan on seeing you next year on January the 6th. Music Man, I am out.